That's the message of the Cabinet Secretary, without me adding anything. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
The Vice Chair, Professor Budo, the Principal of Engineering and Architecture, the School of Engineering and Architecture, Professor Njoroge, my good friend, Engineer Wajau, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I did not expect to come here and speak. As I was coming in, I gave very stern instructions that I'm coming as an engineer, not as a principal secretary. But as fate would have it, here I am. And I cannot miss a word or two to say. One is to congratulate you engineers for having this very important function. As you have been told, I am a chair of an interim chair of the MBA chapter. And I have been meeting several engineers and challenging them to also form the engineering chapter of the Alumni. Mainly because, as my good friend who just spoke before me said, there are benefits of being and feeling that you are participating in the Alumni Association, whether it is a chapter or whether it is the main association like the one of Daktari Bete Gikonyo. It is one way of just in a very, very, very small way appreciating your background, your foundation, and walking back in time and trying to trace how you became what you are. So it is always a joy and pleasure for me when I join the University of Nairobi in any function, because this is my beginning. This is what made me what I am. And I would encourage you engineers, especially in this era when you see that the country is very focused on development, economic development, is very focused on creating an enabling environment. And the way governments create an enabling environment is by infrastructure development is so important. It's really the one that kicks off and spurs development. And the engineers play a very significant role. Engineers, architects, quantity surveyors, computer professionals, these are very critical disciplines in creating an enabling environment by any government. And therefore you should feel very proud as engineers. You should thank God for giving you that opportunity to be what you are, engineers, architects, quantity surveyors, because you are very important to the society. More important about alumni associations, it is creating a network, a bond between those who have graduated and those who are to graduate. And that way, you encourage those who are in the continuing education, you give them morale, you motivate them, you give them hope that there is something ahead for them when they complete their studies. So it's really a very important forum of we as professionals who have benefited from these institutions to go back and make a difference. I am encouraged by the engineer who is now a member of parliament, who went and made good the roads around the engineering institutions in the university. Indeed, he made a very big difference. When you used to go there a few years ago, it was all potholes. But I went there the other day and found it's quite a different world. So if all of us could make small differences, together, those small differences will be a very big difference for the University of Nairobi. It was not a speech. I just want to encourage you to make small differences by going back to the institutions where you got what made you what you are. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
We will ask our chief guest and the chairperson of alumni to unveil the plaque while the judge do the rest.
Here we go. See, love me what you do to me, so if it's cool, let me know. We can't take it to the VIP because the party don't stop till
Now we can go to the next chapter. Thank you very much for that law team who are in the executive board of the alumni.
Of the Alumni Association of the University of Nairobi. A new baby has been born, and all of us will be celebrating and will continue to celebrate. May I take this opportunity to introduce the members of the Executive Committee of the University of Nairobi Alumni Association. Please come forward. I can see you, Mildred. I can see you, John. So please. They have already been introduced. I'm the chairperson of the University of Nairobi Alumni Association. Next to me, the vice or deputy. Which one? Yeah, the one is the new president. the deputy to the chair is Professor Obutho, and I think it's a good. I'll just introduce them, and then they can just tell you what they do. Next to me, to Professor Obutho, is Mrs. Mildred Ogwon, a long-time friend of mine and also a classmate in high school. We have Mr. Ben Wawero, who is the secretary. Are you Secretary General or just Secretary? Is Secretary of the Alumni Association. And to the far left is Mr. John Keduo, who is the deputy. I did mention that Mildred is the chair of finance, and sorry, is the treasurer. Sorry, I'm very sorry. And John is the deputy to Mildred. Just a word from these people because they do actually know how to talk.
Thank you, Chairman. My role as a Vice Chairman is to make sure that you all join the association, whether with 25,000, 50,000, 100,000 or more. So ladies and gentlemen, I am going to come to you. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Mildred Kowar. I wear the hat of the treasurer. This by virtue of my being a banker in my persuasion, in my banker. Professor, I think, has already done the work. He has said he's coming down so that he can boost the fund. I am undertaking to take care of it. I will beg for it, and I will keep it safely, and I will carry over it, and you will ensure that it will deliver on whatever fund you give us for whatever reason. Thank you.
My name is John Kedu, as you have been told, and mine is a very simple duty really. Alumni members, can we have some order, please? We can consult in low tones. I know it has been quite some time since we last met. So, as I have said, my name is John Kedu. I'm the Deputy Treasurer, but I also wear an additional hat, as you have been told by virtue of what has been presented here. And I actually coordinate the Alumni Center. It is a concept that we are driving, and by virtue of this forum today, in both having the designers, the ADD colleagues, and the engineers, I'm sure you will be quite useful in terms of further refining our ideas, and also really providing services to ensure that we are able to realize really that dream in terms of vision we have. I also happen to be mechanical engineering class 1981. So I'm also coming here also to register as an outline. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the secretary to the Alumni Association. Among my many duties is to ensure that we keep in order in terms of the rules and regulations of the organization, and also to make sure that your records and our records are kept in place and up to date for the alumni. Thank you very much.
I'm sure you'd like to know is that in the nomination of the Chancellor of the universities, or in all universities, alumni associations are key stakeholders. And indeed, as we move towards now the selection of the Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, we, the Alumni Association of the university, and you, the constituent members, who have participated in selecting the leadership of our university, and by extension, the development and the career of the vision that we as alumni of the University of Nairobi carry. So I think you should clap for yourself for having attained that feat of actually participating in the selection of the Chancellor of the University of Nairobi. The process is going on now, and very soon you will be, I'm sure you will get to know who finally, amongst the 3 names that were submitted to his, he has submitted 3. What I'm being reminded that we had 5 candidates, and of those, the 5 candidates that were, the names were submitted, to the minister and by extension to the president. we believe that we'll be hearing who will be the new chancellor, whether it's new or the old, has come to be. We are very happy that at last you have joined the chapters, or rather the faculty-based chapters, and we are looking forward to those 10 volunteers who will steer the committee. We are looking at all of you registering as members. One of the things that we would have hoped this evening is to be able to give life membership certificates to those of you, and it is not too late. If you are here and you'd like to be a life member, we'll be very happy to welcome you as a life member. We are accepting checks. You can send the money by M-Pesa. You can send your money, by, RTGS, whatever. But we are looking for life members of all categories, as well as annual members, to make sure that we grow as an association. So thank you very much, and congratulations again to the entire team. Thank you, our chief guest, and I'm sure that as we move forward, we shall be the people who will grow our university. We will give back to our alma mater, the University of Nairobi. Thank you.
And Mary Kimani, Dr. Mary Kimani. Dr. Mary Kimani.
Ladies and gentlemen, I seek your indulgence, please. It won't take more than 5 minutes, and I think as a gesture of respect for the occasion and our guests today and those who've braved this time to be here, if I could I really must beseech you, ladies and gentlemen, to just give me 5 minutes. Please. I won't start until I get at least some level of silence. I really, really beg you. If I must do, I will do so, because this is very important. All the noise and all the happiness and all the excitement we are having now is due to the people whom we are going to pay tribute to just now. So let's just be patient for 5 minutes and we will be done. As you've been told, my name is Architect Philip Kungu. I'm here in my own right. 36 years ago, precisely on the 27th of June, I got a letter from the University of Nairobi from the registrar, E. Gishui. And the letter is here. I've kept it because it's part of my testimonials. And it gave me a reference number, SK/1460. I registered in the Department of Architecture, P02070577. 36 years later, I stand before you. I've done many things in my life. I have served this country. I have served the University of Nairobi, whom I gave 10 years of my life as a lecturer. I have given 3 years of my life as the president of the Commonwealth Association of Architects. I am a trustee of the East African Institute of Architects. I gave 3 years of my life to a political campaign for a governor who is now the governor of the Nairobi City County as the chairman of his campaign team. And only recently, I also got this other chair of the chairman of the Public Service Board for Nairobi City County. And as if that is not enough, yesterday all the 47 fellow chairpersons decided to choose me as their chairman for the consultative forum for the chairpersons of the public service boards. Why do I say this? It is not to impress you with my CV and my achievements. It is because of something that is very close to my heart and something that I have lived for my entire life, and that is about leadership. President Nelson Mandela, we wish him well, who's now ailing, has said many times that the tragedy of Africa is the tragedy of failed or poor leadership. I beg the ladies there to just give me attention because this is important. My dear, please, I'm very passionate about this. You might take something home. It's about the tragedy of lack of or poor leadership. And it is important to realize that we as professionals, those who've been given a chance to have a good education, have good positions in society, offer ourselves in positions of leadership. Indeed, I think this is the right place to say this, because amongst you, I have students whom I taught for 5 years. They are now great leaders in their own rights, and they're pushing this society forward, and that is how it should be. And therefore, it should not surprise you that we who are once considered academics should now also be in the forefront to change this society. Mahatma Gandhi said that you must be the change that you want to see. And that is why I have given my life to some humble and poor jobs, like the chairman of the Public Service Board. I've given my life to serve my profession. I've given my life to serve the university